afternoon. This is a very general question. It's great to know that massive investments are coming into India, like companies are investing, exports are happening, all that's fine. But to catch up with the intent of becoming self reliant, do we have the skill force? Do we have the talent? What's happening on that front? I would like to know from all of you. Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Bhatt, would you please?
The skill force, the talent, I have no doubt we have it. It's essentially how to channelize. We need to create policies are there. We need to, maybe tweak the policies a little bit to make sure that the skill force and the talent is channelized into what we actually need. Right now, I have a feeling that we're actually getting pulled apart. Each one is looking for, you know, for example, the welders. Let's just take a simple question of the welders. Each one of us needs welders, but each one of us looks at a different place for them. If you could, channelize them into one sort of a way that this is a method to get to your skill force and look forward to what are the numbers, I think we would be able to go further. The main thing is the policies need to be tweaked. That's what I would feel. But maybe the industry or the PSUs would be able to give a better take on it.
I fully support what was just said. See, India actually doesn't really lack any skill. Yes, there's a bit of training and development or fine tuning that would be required. Why I'm telling this so confidently is that just we were just talking about the aircraft carrier, and when it moved into the outfitting and the commissioning phases, and when the project was peaking, every given day we had 7,000 footfalls in that single project. So to ramp up from and the yard per se, a permanent workforce is 1,800. So you just imagine how we had to ramp up, and we really didn't face any difficulty. Yes, there's a bit of planning required. There's a bit of training and skill development. You'll have to see a little into the future, and there's a huge pool. Today, I think one challenge that all of us would probably have is how do we sustain this skill that we have developed, the expertise that we've developed, the resources that we've developed. So continuous, Sir was telling, can it be a pool where all of us actually tap? So how do we formalize that sort of an arrangement? Those are things probably that we will have to, discuss or put in place through some sort of a policy. Yes, today that we have a Skill India mission. There are courses that are on offer, formalized structures that are in place. A lot of things are happening, but on the ground, has it actually become is it really practically working? Those are things that we'll have to see. But from a resource point of view, I don't think we need to worry too much from a skill point of view.
I have a slight different view on the subject, and the reason I say so is we obviously have no dearth of talent, we have no dearth of innovation. Ability to innovate is among the best in India. What we don't have, and that's essentially where we need to be paying a lot of attention, is the productivity of Indian average worker. I don't mean the knowledge workers here. The average workman on the shop floor, just ask Bill, and he would tell you a particular job, a man in Europe or in US does it in X number of hours, man hours as we talk of. The same work in India does take much longer. And that's essentially is an aspect which we need to be focusing far more through the skilling interventions. So skilling intervention is extremely important. Obviously, a whole lot of us can do a lot about it. I would say in different domains, Larsen Toubro today trains about 1.5 lakh workmen. And that's something which we do as a part of our contribution to the industry beyond what we would have utilized. Obviously, the first job we provide to all those people. But beyond the first job, there's no necessity that he has to work. Specific to defense, we actually have made our intake 2.5 times larger just because of one scheme of Government of India. It does not ask me to confirm each trainee if I take him, which used to be the archaic kind of laws which will force me to. So 60% of the manpower force, I release to the industry after the skilling. And that's essentially where you're bringing up an overall ecosystem, and the one you're releasing is far superior to when you actually acquired that, call it a person, call it a boy. Now, this is an intervention which whole lot of us need to spend far more attention to be able to take us to the global productivity level. And that certainly is what we need to be focusing more and more going forward.